everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy 2020, and I've just gotten back from my holiday to Portugal and to Spain. I filmed the winter lookbook while I was there, and I wanted to do a chatty kind of talk through as well, just sharing with you some of the key pieces I wore, some key pieces that I think are quite essential to winter time, and also just share with you how I put together a winter outfit. Starting with tops and knitwear, the key piece for me has been this 100% merino base layer, and this was actually a gift from my boyfriend. It's from this brand, Icebreaker Merino, and my one is in the 200 weight. So reasons why I like this is that it's 100% merino wool. It feels incredibly comfortable on the skin. It's not itchy at all. I also think that it does a really good job at keeping me really warm when it's cold, and also keeping me kind of cool and not too sweaty and stuffy when it's hotter. Really boring piece, but a really good piece to start with. When the weather was quite mild, I went for this COS t-shirt. It's just a typical like cotton tee kind of material. It's very boxy, as you can see, with a black and white or like a neutral print. This was just kind of like a cute layer to wear on top of the merino. I don't think it kept me super warm, but it's just a layering piece to kind of add a little bit of a fun touch to my outfit. And then I'll kind of throw on the coat, maybe a scarf, and then head out. If I wanted something a little bit dressier, I'll wear this Ewa Lane re-cashmere knit. So this is a part of their re-cashmere collection, so 60% of this is actually recycled cashmere, which is just amazing. I love cashmere, and I feel like recycled cashmere is even better. The other 40% is wool. Can we talk about this color? It is the perfect neutral. I definitely don't have anything in this color in my wardrobe, but it's also just not a color that I come across very often. I really like the buttons and the neckline, so you can wear it as a mock neck like I have now, but you can also kind of undo a button and make it into a bit of a collar, which I also think is cute. There's so many details that I feel like are done perfectly on this top, and I've really enjoyed wearing this. So if it was a little bit cooler and I didn't really want to wear like a chunky wool knit, then there are two options here that I think work really well. So both of these are actually from Stories. So they're both 65% viscose, and then the rest is kind of like polyester polyamide. But the viscose gives this a really unique kind of finish that I really like. So this is the cardigan on, and I think the first thing that I noticed about this material was that it is quite structured. It has a lot of shape to it. I think that there's something a little bit like grammar about this, but I love it. I've only just gotten back to Sydney, and the weather has been kind of cold, to be honest. Because it's not wool, I feel like it doesn't look as wintry, and it kind of feels a little bit more transitional and like a piece that I could wear through the summer as well. And here is the green version. So I was really drawn to the colour of this as well as the fabric, but I think that the green on this is quite subtle. If you're not really a colour kind of girl, I do feel like this works really nicely with like all neutrals. It comes with a very high neck. Because the material is quite stiff, it kind of feels like I have a neck brace. So what I've been doing when I wear it is just to kind of like roll it down a bit, which I feel like is a little bit more flattering. I do know Stories does this in a few other neutrals, so a really great and simple piece to have, and I personally think it's quite a flattering cut. So the only time where I don't wear a knit is when I kind of replace it with a bit of a blazer. So this is one of my best blazer finds of last year. It's from Petite Studios, and it's a classic checkered blazer. I like that it's a little bit cropped at the front, it's a little bit longer at the back, and it makes for a good layering piece in the winter because it's not too like chunky, bulky or tight either. So if you're kind of just sick of the knitwear and coat kind of combination, which is what most people I would say do, a crop blazer that, you know, has a bit of room, so you're not like super restricted layering this, can be a really great option as well. But these are basically where we get to the chunkier knits. One of my favorite pieces like ever has been this Cezanne Mario knit. It's very cute, and for me this always gives a little bit of like a French vintage vibe. This is the knit I got at the end of last year from Stories, and I've been on a bit of an Stories kick lately because they started shipping to Australia after I want to say like 5 years of browsing this stuff online. So this is not going to be for everyone like everything else I wear pretty much, but this is one I really like. It's wide, it's cropped, there's balloon sleeves, there's a lot of like volume going on, but it's also really cute, and this yellow color I think is just such a cute color to wear. So this jumper is 32% alpaca, 32% wool, and I think that it's quite a soft jumper. It has that like alpaca texture to it where it's a little bit fluffy. So these next two pieces are both from Ewa Lane. I featured both of these in quite a few videos recently. This is 93% cashmere, and it may be the most luxurious thing that I own. I definitely think for something as basic as a grey chunky sweater, it's worthwhile trying to kind of save up a little bit for it. And look, it doesn't have to be 100% cashmere, but even if it's like a nice wool blend, I definitely think these are the pieces that are like worth the money, that you're going to wear in the long run a lot. I can't imagine me ever saying this grey knit is not my style anymore, because it's just so simple and such a basic. This on the other hand is not really a basic, but at the same time it still feels quite timeless. It's a cardigan, chunky buttons, and a bit of a balloon sleeve, a little bit cinched in at the waist and at the wrists. So actually my mum loves this, so we've been kind of like sharing it. She's not my size, so right now I feel like this is a little bit larger. I might be giving this to her and kind of borrowing it when I want to wear it. So I have this black scarf from Ewa Lane. As you can hopefully see, it's like huge. It makes for a really good blanket when you're traveling. And the thing about this scarf is that I really like it. It is a bit expensive. However, this scarf has 30% cashmere in it and 70% wool. The Acne Studio scarf is only 100% wool. And if I feel them side by side, the one I'm wearing, the Ewa Lane one, is definitely softer. And it's definitely much thicker. So quality wise, this is definitely better than the Acne Studios. The Acne obviously has the branding and like the logos and the tag, and they come in more colors and they're a bit more fun, but this is higher in quality, so it's really up to you which one you prefer if you're looking for a scarf. This next one is one from Andover Stories, and I got mine in the emerald green color. I don't want to say it's like the softest cashmere I've ever felt. It's not, but it is also quite comfortable. It doesn't itch. It keeps me incredibly warm, and it does feel quite luxurious, being that it is still cashmere. I really like that this scarf comes in a variety of colours, and price-wise this is cheaper than the Ewa Lane scarf because it's not as chunky, to be honest. It is like more of like a knitted fabric, and it's definitely not as long or as wide as that one. It's actually a lot more manageable to carry around than that scarf. I pretty much only wear like 3 different types of trousers in the winter, and I just kind of repeat that with different sweaters. So the pants I'm currently wearing, and then these white options, these white trouser options I showed in the lookbook, these are both Uniqlo jeans and they're exactly the same style. These are the wide-legged crop trousers with like a raw hem. I just like how comfortable they are. I feel so like free in them. They're kind of like my style, very like effortless, easy. So obviously my pair has a bit of like ankle showing, which obviously will not be right for you if you live somewhere cold, but I don't, and for me Europe, the parts of Europe I went to were not that cold, so it really was not an issue. So these pants have been really fun to style. I probably have enjoyed wearing these even more than the blue ones, and yeah, I think I have exactly the same thoughts as the blue ones. I think a pair of white denim can definitely be the piece to kind of freshen up some of your outfits, because I definitely get stuck in the routine of always wearing dark denim. A pair of white jeans actually just makes the biggest difference. So these are not super see-through. I currently have like the black top on, which I've tucked in, as well as like black knickers. So probably not the best time to show you guys, but these I think are not super see-through, and I can get away with tucking a bit of black in, I think, without it being super obvious. So this next pair of pants are kind of like clown pants, and they're a pair of corduroy wide-legged trousers, and they're from this Barcelona brand called Dr. Dr. Bloom. Not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. My boyfriend hates these, and that's okay because I love them. So these are blue corduroy. They're really comfortable. It has like an elasticated waist. You can definitely have a feast with these pants on. And if you want something that's a little bit more like toned down, I do have a pair of corduroy trousers from Ewa Lane that kind of have a similar effect, but they're much more like tapered, much more straight, rather than being as loud as these pants are. So moving on to what I think is the most exciting part of any winter wardrobe, the outerwear and coats. And this is definitely an area in my wardrobe where I like to have options. It's also probably one of my favorite like clothing pieces. I love like a good coat. So these are also the pieces you actually see when you're out and about, because I feel like in winter you always have a coat on. So yeah, I'm just going to show you some of my favorites that I've styled over the trip. This coat is from And Other Stories. It's in this really beautiful like beige colour. So as you can see, it's quite a voluminous jacket, like a huge collar that I think is quite elegant actually. I really like it. And it is quite a wide coat. I definitely do think the size is a bit too big for me, but this is also the smallest size they do, so yeah, just living with that. And if I just button it, I feel like it's a bit wide, which is why I like to wrap it around and then tie it. Otherwise I kind of just leave it open, which I also think is nice. This is a coat from Mute by JL, and they recently very kindly sent it to me, and obviously it's a very similar colour to that mango coat that I adore, but this coat is actually 80% merino wool and 20% cashmere, so it is definitely a much more premium coat than the mango one. This coat is a little bit thinner than the other coats, but the material is definitely nicer and more premium because of merino wool and cashmere. I feel like it's really hard to beat a combination like that. I really love the style as well, and not just saying that because they sent it to me, but honestly just adore the way it looks. It has these like tie details on the sleeves. It comes with a tie at the waist, no buttons, so I feel like I'll oftentimes just wear it kind of open, even though it does have a belt. And my favourite detail is actually the back. I really love that flap detail, and I just think it's very elegant. And everything feels quite thought out. So at the bottom, when you have it open, it comes with like a nice V, like it's slightly lower at the front and slightly higher on the sides, and it's honestly these little details that I feel like make this coat feel incredibly premium. The next coat is a simple black coat, which of course is a winter staple. I feel like a black or navy coat is like the most classic thing to own for winter. And this is from Cezanne. I really wanted to test out one of their coats for an upcoming like coat review video. But this is their gym coat, and it is 70% wool. So this coat is double-breasted, it's quite a straight fit, it's quite a long line style, and it's really nice. I also think this is one of my more fitted coats. This fits me quite well, I feel like. It is very comfortable, like it's not restrictive anywhere, but it's also cut quite close to my body. And if I zip it up, if I button it up, it actually fits me the way a coat should fit. And you guys will see I do actually have a lot of oversized pieces, and this one is not. This one just feels very classic. So I've been talking for absolutely ages, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so excited for 2020. It feels really weird to say right now, but if there's anything you'd like to see from me, please leave it in the comments below. And otherwise, please like this video if you enjoyed. Please subscribe to this channel for a new video every single Thursday. And I have an Instagram, which I'll link down below too. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye!